between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
First of four berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his fifth year at quarterback.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Off play action. Pull. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. And he stopped immediately there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Landry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's third and 9. This is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. They'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down. And his kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame charge. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Looking to throw on second down. Pull. It's Hill. Complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Second and 11. Back to throw. Pull. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw again. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw again. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll start this. And, oh, he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Looking to throw. Pull. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
This is taken at the 18. Oh, he shifts past him. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines. But incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Landry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Landry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. From 13 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Miami set to take over. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how many often does that team that had been playing before win game 1?
Right.
Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical because now you come in and you've got the momentum. You can take them out in that one game, and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it.
up third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and
8. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They're going to look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now a handoff up the middle. Landry, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Texans continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Well, wherever he is on the field, he is certainly slippery with a football in his hands, and he proved it right there.
And normally moves like that aren't supposed to work this deep in the red zone because there's not enough space. Normally way more effective when you're working out in the open field. But here, incredible shiftiness, excellent contact balance, and he works his way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Dolphins 0.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And that is incomplete here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing again. Poole. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Landry. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now a handoff up the middle. Landry. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start. But, boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are able to add on to their first half lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Now the try here for the point after. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And the Dolphins, first down. First and 10.
On first down, Poole. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
Pass complete to Mike Gesicki. A 6-yard pickup brings up
To throw on second down, Poole. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Second corner action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now out comes Houston. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
brings up second and 10.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Poole. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him. Complete. Finding space at the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down. Pull. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 1st and 10. Pull. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making a tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will do it for this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 Divisional Round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other Divisional Round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one. And it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Landry, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle they go. Landry, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a give, right side. Landry trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. On third down, Landry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a handoff up the middle. Landry, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Landry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Pull. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went and
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taken right around the 44. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Up the middle they go. Landry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Second and 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are pouring it on. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Poole. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
13 yards on the play. That's good.
On 1st down, Poole. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Poole over the middle. He's got Shenault. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
It's a gain of 8.
Back to throw again. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 3rd down. Poole. He'll buy some time right. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And my goodness, another interception. And the Texans are going to have it here just past the 25. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that to the 30. It'll be second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Landry, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. On third down, Landry, and he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Poole. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins on third down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Poole, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Nifty move. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Texans will take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game next Sunday. And it looks good so far as they try to run some clock here in this fourth quarter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. Landry. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Up the middle they go. Landry, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Able to complete this to Chenault. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll look to throw again. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Complete to number 33. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw on second down. Poole. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
From the gun on third down. Poole. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Throwing on first down. Poole. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Poole. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me 4? It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Landry. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line.
3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Dolphins getting set to go here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
And now here is another interception. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Now a handoff up the middle. Landry. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And the Texans are moving on as we say so long, everybody.